Pixelgun 3D have just announced their first update for 2024. We have just been given the official changelog, which also includes the latest weapon balance changes. Via their Discord page announcements, Gagged Bullshark said, "Hey, and everyone, new year, new patch notes. A travel to the Middle Ages and the Polar Expedition, task hub and weapon rotations in Battle Royale mode, and most importantly, a new type of brawl that will blow your mind. All this and much more in the latest patch notes." Patch notes. For the 24.1 update, we have a brief paragraph explaining what's going on, and then we have Classic Enhanced Brawl. Listen carefully because this is important. They said, "See the familiar word brawl in the title? Question mark. You ain't seen nothing yet. The new mode is not just about brawls. It is a global revision of our shooter mechanics. We've tried to make death matches even more dynamic and addictive while increasing the emphasis on skill. In a new kind of brawl, we've significantly reduced TTK, which stands for time to kill, leaving the damage ranking model, in brackets, body shots versus headshots, unchanged, so they're not touching that. The tempo of battles is now much higher, and the matches feel like a real cybersport competition. Of course, the brawls will sport a daily updated leaderboard. The brand new Christmas event that we've just had, you know, where you can rank if you're willing to grind. If you are on the top or in the top 10 or top 100, you'll be given some kind of rewards. I would like to correct myself from the previous video I talked about the update. I thought TTK being reduced mean that it would take a lot longer to kill your opponent. Oh boy, was I wrong. The TTK being reduced means that the time to kill on players is going to be even faster. Now, I kind of don't like this. I already thought the TTK in Pixelgun 3D was insane. You can kill players like that. They're going to make it like bang, bang. It's going to be even faster. Now, of course, this is just a brawl, and they are doing this and testing the mechanics because they might introduce all of these changes across iOS, Android, and PC. So when the brawl comes out, you got to play it because your feedback is important. And I want your opinion, guys. Do you think the TTK should be reduced so you can kill players a lot faster, or increased so it takes a little bit longer to kill players? I would love your honest opinion about this in the comments section. The second critical change is the increased FOV, which stands for Field of View. This innovation not only grants you better control of space and allows you to make more confident decisions in the heat of the battle, but also completely changes your perception of the match. If you feel the classic old school arena shooter vibe, don't be surprised. That's the way it should be. Your feedback is essential to us here. If you like the new FOV, we will add it to the game settings. So don't miss the enhanced brawls and share your opinion. So when the brand new update comes out, test the brawls. FOV. Now, developers, if you're watching this, please, if you're introducing the FOV, add it as a slider. I don't want like normal Pixelgun 3D and then insane FOV, right? I want there to be like a slider, the way you've had other sliders for other game settings. But again, if you guys like it, you gotta give your feedback. New brawls coming in the next update. We talked about this in my previous video. If you missed it, go and check it out. I'll link it down below. The task hub. New modes and balance tweaks are immediately noticeable, but there are aspects of Pixelgun 3D that are a bit more intangible and therefore harder to adjust. For example, the menu navigation user's experience is not a gameplay thing, but it requires the most careful attention. We have planned extensive improvement works regarding the user experience of both newcomers and seasonal Pixel Pass overlords. As the name implies, it contains all the relevant tasks from various categories. Now, you don't need to go through different sections to understand what kind of challenges PG3D has to offer. Monitoring tasks is not only convenient, but also useful. We've tweaked the reward system a bit. So now you get not only what you are due for completing a task, but also something on top for finishing a series of tasks. And most of all, the task hub will make life easier for newcomers. The The tasks are built in such a way that freshly minted pixel gunners quickly familiarize themselves with all aspects of the game and join the ranks of experienced players. For now, you can find newcomer missions, daily tasks, and pixel pass tasks, but we plan to add some more soon. Now, if you missed me sharing this in my previous video, this is what it's going to look like. So you're going to have tasks up here, which are going to be related to daily. Your pixel pass challenges will also be in here as well. It just makes things easier to have one place to go where you can see all the challenges you need to do, rather than backing out, then having to go into the pixel pass, and then scroll across, find the challenge, go back into a game. In reality, they should add this to the top screen in-game, where players can click and check what they are currently doing. As we guessed, the new season is going to be medieval themed. In fact, Medieval Kingdom of Eldamore will be the next pixel pass. Updates and reworks. Polar Expedition event. In January, we set off on a dangerous expedition to find a mysterious weapon hidden behind a wall of 1,000-year ice. Unfortunately, even with the most advanced pixel technology, it's almost impossible to obtain the sacral gun. But there is an old, tried and tested method: burning coal. Take an active part in the event promotions, collect coals, and get a unique avatar and a weapon that embodies all the cold and horror of the Arctic. So another special event is coming, and just like the Christmas one, instead of collecting baubles, we are going to be collecting coal. FTUE update. First time user experiences update. Pixel Gun 3D is now 10 years old, but our pixel shooter still attracts a lot of new players. Seasoned pixel gunners know what's what, but it takes time for newcomers to figure out the intricacies of Pixel Pass and find the 7 differences between lottery and sets, not to mention the game modes. That's why we've redesigned our tutorials. The adaptation process should now be as short and easy as it gets, allowing more newcomers to stay in the game for a long time. So you know the tutorial mode for Pixel Gun 3D when you first ever play? Yeah, the developers have went ahead and reworked that. We'll check that out on my brand new free-to-play account. And praise the Pixel Gun developers. Changes in the Battle Royale modes. In the last update, we started the revisioning process of the Battle Royale modes. We completely changed the kill streak system and added new chest spawn locations. You didn't. That wasn't there. That wasn't there at all. In the 24.1 updates, we have again rotated weapons for the mode. Among your new reliable allies in the Battle Royale, there are such winter hits as the Xmas Destroyer, Laser Assistant, Sock Bomber. Of course, the essence of the mode hasn't changed. There can only be one, but it feels a bit different now. You didn't change the spawn location of chests. I hope you fixed it this update. Here are the latest bug fixes. Pause the screen and read them if you're interested. At the bottom, it does say balance changes. New update, new firearm edits. As usual, we have prepared a separate report on the balance edits. Let's check it out. So these are coming in the next update. Bad Comment gets a buff. Cloud Disperser gets a buff. Nacho Shotgun gets a buff. Backup Deadly Beamer buff. Eternal Light buff. Extracting Ray Pistol buff. Laser Cycler buff. Loads of melee changes, including a 25% DPS increase on the Raccoon with a pipe, a 20% increase with the Swords of Intelligence. Special, they haven't nerfed the cash gun, man. Also, I have a separate video talking about nerfed weapons soon. I was hoping that this wasn't going to release yet and I could release the video. Anyway, Sharp Snowflake buffed. Terramorphing Stone buffed. Drilling Rail Mobility Sniper buffed. Innocent Sniper Rifle is nerfed. And right at the bottom, Spiky Mortar, which I talked about in a separate video, has actually been nerfed, but the dislike has actually been buffed. Now, guys, as always, if you are purchasing any form of currency in Pixel Gun 3D, use the web store using my link. It really does support me, and I really appreciate the support. The link's down below. If you purchase anything, be sure to let me know. And remember, right at the bottom, if you use the code Happy New Year, all as one word, you'll get 15% off. They're the changes. I'll bring you a separate video when the update is out.